Wow. It's a little wet and muddy spring day. But what a view. You can see on the top of the ridge over there, there's still a little bit of snow. There's some dustings on the road, but let's keep going and see what we can see. Okay, well, this one might end up having to be where I stop. Somebody has driven through it. Big snow berm up here in the shady side of the curve. Figured it would happen. Wasn't expecting to get very high up. But across the canyon, don't know if that'll show up on camera, but you can see a big tailings pile. Down this hillside is where I went looking for another mine site. I'll link it down below, but that was a cool one to spot. But it's just a beautiful day. It was really weird. All this morning there was sunshine like now. It rained in town. It snowed in town. One thing that I did notice though, other than a ton of fresh elk scat, that mine site that I went looking for in that older video around the curve and the road and just through those trees. But down below here is you can see the old access point because there's an old cutout that would have gone down towards it. Here's what I'm talking about. I got the truck behind me. It's not really a bend in the road. It's more of just like a broad curve. But you can see here where they dug out several humps, and then you can clearly, clear as day, see the cutout that goes down that way. You can see there's some old foundation down there where there's the exposed earth. That one obviously must be privately owned or still being partially used because the road that goes towards that one had a gate on it. That's all right. There's other places we can keep trying. Just came from that direction. Sun's out. I've got technically 3 choices, although shady side's buried in snow. One that I'll start climbing up, and a lower one. You guys know that I'll always pick climbing up to be able to see as far as I can, unless I'm looking down for a mine site. Kind of cool with the sun having the fog rolling in. Well, the conundrum. A little bit of a snowbank. Kind of odd, I just saw a mosquito flying by. That was kind of weird. A little bit of a snowbank. Someone has driven through it. Just don't know, the road curves right up ahead. Just don't know if it is going to be worth it. Alright, well the truck handled it fine. A little deep towards the end, but this would be an example of why then there's no point in pushing it when you're out by yourself. So I've got the truck behind me, the snowbank that I passed back there, and a very, very long one. Oh, but that's all right. I have enough space here. I can get turned around. Whoever's old tracks I'm following obviously had much bigger tires and were probably locked. So, all right, well, I'm gonna get turned around, but man, just the atmosphere today is just crazy. Now I'm getting up into the clouds. So earlier I had that clear sky. Well, that was exciting. Some of that's going to show up on the camera footage. I had the new dash mount going. So when I first went through, the tracks on the right, as you're looking on the camera, that's the way that I went when I went up to get turned around. But when I came back, you can see where I was following the same tracks, and then it started pushing me off to the side here. And I was by no means anywhere near the edge going off, but the two spots in the back where the tires were, they spun just briefly, and then the two front spots, you can see where I dug around each one. Basically, there was just too much snow built up on the one side, and it caused, obviously I have open diffs, that caused the rear end to struggle to get traction, and then that caused the front end to struggle to get traction. Basically, I just had to move a log out of the way, do a little bit of digging on the passenger side, and then was able to creep out of it. But I didn't film any of it because I was just kind of in the moment. But the main thing that you always want to remember whenever you're in those instances is just take your time. Take your time, there's no rush. I have plenty of daylight. Once I got out of that, I had smooth sailing all the way back down the mountain. There was no danger of sliding off. There was no danger of me losing the rig or myself. There wasn't any really branches sticking up that I had to worry about popping a tire, because obviously that's a concern when you're out by yourself. So the main thing is just stay calm and focus on what you're doing. I dug around all four tires, put it into low, put it into 4 low, just turn the wheel about halfway to the driver's side, which is towards the hillside, and just kind of creeped forward basically. And it slid a little bit more as I was coming out of the snow berm, but it was fine. So anyway, just wanted to give you a brief synopsis of what happened. But oh man, look at that snowy peak up above the truck on the opposite side of the canyon. That's pretty. What's hard to believe is some of these roads that I go up, or in my other videos, they lead up to some of these higher mountain peaks, and can't get to them now. It's still working its way towards the end of April, but summertime you can get to a lot of good vantage points. But yeah, it is just beautiful out. It's a weekday, so haven't come across anybody yet. Definitely signs of wood cutting though on all the roads I'm going on. All right, let's keep heading down, guys. Check out some more. I parked in kind of a random spot because as you guys know in one of my trail tip videos, I do not like blocking the road. But there's this old little, very short cutout. Nothing shows on my apps, but I'm just wondering if there's anything specific back in this area. Nothing really this way, which would be towards the back of the truck. Yeah, see, all right here, down below me, I parked basically at the start of what would have been the cutout. You can actually see it continues. Pretty area. Everything's so green. See, I'm gonna get down a little bit, but you can see the old cutout. See, is like right below, right in front of me, and it continues down. And then the road drops down below. You can see it'd be like the cutout would parallel the road up above it. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I am back on the main road that takes me back towards town. This is kind of more just a video to see how far up I could get in some of the areas that I normally go. There's several kind of main offshoots that I follow, and then from there it just branches out. So just kind of curious. I was actually surprised how far I could get. You can definitely tell the snow is disappearing on the sunny side of the mountains. It's melting quick. If you guys like what you see, please like and subscribe. Comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any more questions for my next Trail Talk video, my question and answer series, please leave them below. I'd be more than happy to answer it and add it to the list of questions for that next video. Stay safe while you're out there, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Get out there and explore.